May the best man win. But this sport is something that you can't play with. Boxing is something that you can't play with.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd.
So he can knock them off the list. And the thing is, he can do what the others have done, who are actually smaller like Floyd, who is actually smaller like Manny Pacquiao, but the skill can make up the difference. But the big difference with Tank is he knocked out a heavyweight in Spawn.
Floyd Mayweather breaks down Manny Pacquiao versus Gervonta Davis, warning Pacquiao not to underestimate Tank's power. Despite any grudges, Floyd acknowledges Davis's strength and believes Tank's explosive skills could seriously hurt Manny. In the ring, he sees Tank as a dangerous opponent, and Pacquiao must approach carefully.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the power for power? Anui deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the power for power? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? I mean, he deserved to be somewhere also in the power for power.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Manny Pacquiao's career is one of the most remarkable in boxing history, marked by his ascent through an extraordinary range of weight divisions. Starting as a young fighter in the 108 lb category, Pacquiao showcased a rare combination of speed, power, and skill that allowed him to overcome opponents far larger than himself. His ability to not just compete but dominate across several weight classes demonstrates his adaptability and resilience. Floyd Mayweather, an astute observer of boxing talent, openly admires Pacquiao's capacity to evolve and conquer challenges that many fighters would find insurmountable. This journey highlights Pacquiao's tenacity and dedication, proving he is more than just a boxer. He is a phenomenon who has left an indelible mark on the sport.
I just want to say this to the world. Now, it's amazing how a fighter can come from, I think, 108 all the way to 154 and knock out all these guys. To me, it's amazing. I guess he's just blessed.
Gervonta Davis has rapidly risen in the boxing world by emulating the paths tread by legends like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. While his style and approach differ, his raw punching power sets him apart as a formidable force Davis carries. An intensity that often overwhelms opponents, and his knockout ratio speaks volumes about his effectiveness in the ring. If Tank harnesses and showcases his full potential strategically, his impact could surpass expectations. The power he wields isn't merely physical, it's psychological, altering the dynamics of any fight.
When I ask a lot of the fanboys out there, I know you want to protect your tanky-wanky gumdrops, but do you think Tank will lose to Devin? They say no. Do you think Tank will lose to Ryan? No. Do you think he'll lose to T.O.? No. Do you think he'll lose to El Rayo at 140? No. Then what the hell are we doing? Let's see it so he can knock them off the list. And the thing is, he can do what the others have done, who are actually smaller like Floyd, who is actually smaller like Manny Pacquiao, but the skill can make up the difference. But the big difference with Tank is he knocked out a heavyweight in Spawn. His power can make up the difference too. It can translate even better. That guy is dynamic, and I just want him to demonstrate it.
Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring is not driven by casual interest, but by a clear mission. He has expressed a firm desire to engage in two significant bouts post-retirement, a rematch against Floyd Mayweather and a showdown with Gervonta Davis. This reveals Pacquiao's strategic mindset, focusing only on meaningful fights that can add to his legacy rather than just routine matches. His readiness to face such high-caliber opponents reflects both his confidence and his understanding of his place in boxing history. These anticipated clashes are not just about competition, they are about reclaiming glory and settling unfinished business.
YouTube, we're back again with some more boxing news in the boxing world, and oh my god, this is some great news. Warning for Gervonta Davis after saying he would return to fighting. In an interview earlier today, they were talking to Manny Pacquiao, and Pacquiao says he only wants to come back with two fights. Floyd Mayweather the rematch, or he wants the title of Gervonta Davis. He's calling out Gervonta Davis, YouTube. What do y'all think about this? Manny Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis, showdown. How would this go? Who do you think would win, and would it be great for boxing? I think it would. Pacquiao, Gervonta Davis will be a smasher, will be a banger. Might break some records because Manny Pacquiao's fame and Gervonta Davis's fame. This would be a good match. I hope this happens. YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe.
Gervonta Davis exhibits remarkable confidence in his abilities, boldly asserting his superiority over current fighters in the division. His declaration underscores his belief not just in his physical strength, but also in his technical skills and ring intelligence. Such self-assurance can intimidate opponents and fuel Davis's competitive fire. While confidence is essential for success, it also invites scrutiny as fans and critics eagerly await to see whether his words match his performance.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. I take that. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody.
There has long been speculation about Manny Pacquiao's desire to face Gervonta Davis, a fight that fans and analysts have anticipated for years. However, Davis appears reluctant to engage in this matchup, sparking rumors that he might be protecting his unbeaten reputation and legacy. Avoiding a battle with a legend like Pacquiao could be seen as strategic caution or hesitation.
Yo, what's good, guys? Red Corner Boxing here. So Manny Pacquiao has revealed that should he beat Mario Barrios on July 19th in Las Vegas for the WBC strap, he wants to set up a super fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. What an intriguing thought, guys. Who wins it and how? If it happens, let us know.
Gervonta Davis's career has faced criticism over the perception that he chooses opponents who present little challenge, a tactic often labeled as cherry-picking. This criticism intensified following his controversial fight against Lamont Roach Jr., where the narrow victory and disputed decision sparked backlash. The demand for a rematch reflects a broader call for Davis to prove himself against tougher competition without the cloud of controversy.
Out of available options for meaningful fights that look realistic in the here and now, right? You tried to fight Lomachenko. Loma said he didn't want to fight, so that fell out the window in 2024. Maybe it can be revisited. Rayo just lost to Gary Antoine Russell. I was looking at Rayo as a possible Tank foe. We do know that Team Tank reached out to Team Rayo at a point. So fast forward to the future. Shakur is doing deals with Turkey and Eddie Hearn. Seems like an obstacle. Tank says Eddie Hearn's a snake in a suit, and he doesn't seem to jive well with Turkey. Like he's like, this picture looks like a cult. It looked weird. And he's taking shots at the whole movement. You know what I mean? The whole Saudi stuff. So for me, I think this is great for Tank Davis because now you can rob the bank twice, run it back. Fans feel a type of way, which we'll talk about more. And you get to, like I said, rob the bank twice, run it back, get the clarity that boxing fans want. And then you can worry about the next move. Now, this is funny. I tell you guys all the time, there's a lot of low quality content in the world of boxing, right?
The close call against Lamont Roach Jr. introduced doubts about Gervonta Davis's invincibility, leading many to question whether he has declined or lost his edge. Such perceptions naturally influence how upcoming fights, including a potential bout. With Manny, Pacquiao already viewed making outcomes seem unpredictable. Manny Pacquiao's initial step in his comeback journey involves facing Mario Barrios, a younger contender, hungry to make a name for himself. Barrios approaches this fight with determination, aware that facing a legend carries both immense pressure and opportunity.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. No, you can. I mean,
when did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit.
No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar the other females a lot of times. Cause they,
unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was, like, overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And, so, yeah, most of the time, partners never dudes. But, I couldn't really even, like spar with her serious until I was like 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
at that point, I was already too big for her, so I'm like.
So let me ask you this. Normally, you get a call, they say you want to fight it. So when you hear Tank, it's excitement, it's pay-per-view, it's a big deal. This is not just any other fight. When did you get the call, and how did you feel when they told you okay to fight time?
I was super surprised to hear, Tank's name. I was talking to my man, Luis Kubas, and he was like, well, what do you think about Davis? I was like, Davis. So like trying to think Davis, like any Davis is at 140. And I was like, wait. And I was like, you mean Gervonta? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh man. I was like, I'm with it. I was like, but I ain't going down to 135.
Pacquiao's plan is methodical. First conquer Mario Barrios and then pursue a fight with Gervonta Davis, ideally, after Davis has completed his rematch obligations. This sequential approach allows Pacquiao to regain momentum and test his physical condition, before stepping into a high-risk encounter with
Boxing Dr. News told Onto Your Gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Despite widespread speculation about the challenges of fighting at his age, Pacquiao remains composed and focused. His calm demeanor in interviews and training demonstrates mental strength and confidence that often comes with experience. Rather than reacting defensively to doubts about his physical capabilities, Pacquiao embraces the scrutiny with measured grace.
Are you excited to step into the ring again?
Yes.
What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, man.
Don't worry about it.
Promoter Eddie Hearn offers a realistic perspective on the challenges facing athletes like Pacquiao, who attempt comebacks after years away from the ring. The physical demands of boxing speed, reflexes, endurance are difficult to maintain without consistent competition. Hearn emphasizes that age-related decline and reduced explosiveness can impact performance and recovery, raising concerns about the risks involved in such returns.
147, kind of a weird spot right now. We're looking at Manny Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Do you think it's strange that he's coming off the couch and getting a title fight like that?
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots, and Barrios is not Crawford. And that's why, we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually Pacquiao is a step up, and people were still complaining at me for mentioning that fight, like Conor Benn is Boots, but he still hasn't had those wins yet.
The trend of boxing icons coming out of retirement for lucrative bouts has become increasingly common. Names like Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson paved the way for this pattern, and now Pacquiao joins this list. While financially beneficial, these returns often spark debate about whether they enhance or tarnish a fighter's legacy.
Barrios versus Manny, this is some bullshit. If this is real, I'm not sure if it's real. Barrios fighting Manny Pacquiao, this is some bullshit right here. Manny Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like, we could have had Brian Norman Jr. versus Barrios, but we're getting Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. He's not in his fighting years no more. And then can he make 147? And then you're letting him fight for the belt. That doesn't make any type of sense. And then if he beats Barrios, let's say hypothetically he beats him, is he gonna unify? Boots that's sitting in the lamb to the slaughter. Brian Norman, that's sitting on the lamb to the slaughter. Like, this doesn't make no sense. These young fighters, like, they can really hurt Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao couldn't even handle Ugas. Like, just think about how this is all playing out. It doesn't make sense. This fight shouldn't be made. Like, there's other fighters that Barrios can fight. Like, he could try to fight Boots, because I think unification is Trump mandatories. Or I would have to look into the weight division for. Oh, there's like, he could fight Rohan. There's other fighters you can fight besides Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, I like watching him fight, but I don't think he deserves this type of fight, and he hasn't been fighting actively. Let me know what you guys think about this fight possibly being made. I'm praying this fight is.
Pacquiao has publicly refuted claims that his return to boxing is driven by money. Instead, he highlights his ongoing philanthropic efforts and charitable work as evidence that his priorities extend beyond financial gain. For Pacquiao, the comeback is framed as a deeply personal journey fueled by passion for the sport and a desire to continue contributing to boxing history. This stance positions him as a figure striving for legacy and fulfillment rather than profit. Countering the cynical narrative often applied to returning legends and defying conventional wisdom about aging athletes, Pacquiao continues to display remarkable physical abilities well into his 40s. His agility, footwork, and timing remain sharp traits that have long defined his boxing style. Maintaining such a level of performance at this stage is rare and speaks to his disciplined training and natural athleticism.
Justin, how exciting is it to have the legend, the icon, the only 8th division champion in boxing at your gym here in Fortune Gym in Los Angeles? He's working hard. He ran an hour. He did a whole.
Been with him for 22 years.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying he's a machine. He ran an hour. He did strength and conditioning with you, which is not easy.
He ran an hour. He didn't realize that this gets a bit harder. As we increase the rounds, this is going to pull back on the runs a little bit. Now he knows.
He did strength and conditioning with you. He went all out. He worked hard, and now he's doing 1,600 sit-ups.
Yeah, well,
he's a machine.
Yeah.
What kind of machine is he?
Huh?
What kind of machine?
Crazy machine. He will, but as we increase this, we'll pull the running back shorter, faster. But you know, he knows. So now he knows what the training's about. We increase the train, we increase the stations, change it up all the time, so it's continually shocking his system, and we get a good result.
It was a great workout this morning. He worked hard, as he always does. And the whole team's here. You feel the energy, the vibe.
Yeah,
good energy.
More people than I thought, but you know.
This is light.
This guy here, I got traveling with this guy.
This is light.
Been traveling in weeks now. He's worried, and he keeps bringing down his fucking jacket. Give me a jump. Come on, mate.
Yesterday at the gym, he was throwing flurries, 10, 12, 15 punches in a combo. That's look incredible.
Listen, I know he admits and bags don't punch back, but he looks the same as he did.
I've been saying that. He hasn't missed a beat.
No, he hasn't missed a beat.
He went like this. He looked the other way.
You know, never.
He ran? He was upset. He didn't run, but he didn't run. Would I leave? He turned around and...
Son, would I leave boss by himself?
Mario Barrios' camp approaches the fight against Pacquiao with determination and respect. His coach has emphasized that they are preparing as though facing the peak version of the Filipino legend, indicating serious focus and preparation. This mindset ensures that Barrios will not underestimate his opponent and is ready to respond to whatever challenge Pacquiao presents. The coach's confidence reflects belief in Barrios' ability to rise to the occasion, setting the stage for a contest that will test both fighters' resolve and skill. This professional approach highlights the gravity of the upcoming matchup.
They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, you know, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Petirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, you know, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots. And